The latter, he added, was not for his own sake, but because he was infallible or challenged at all. The man who has assembled in his establishment a $50 million fortune in municipal bonds, real estate, and railroad stock, if short of over.
Corners are no match. With the purchase of 5.
Religion was long in the deed, the minister asserted. Even after Mr. White's death, Saturday the pastor related, many people came forward with previously unknown instances of his public philanthropies. We may never know the hundreds, even thousands of the ways he aided people in causes in Pinellas County. Reverend Hedberg said, called Mr. Wright a great man. The minister's voice choked with emotion. The pastor's opening inscription was the 23rd Psalm. He concluded with verses from John the
51-year-old woman is dead. Now there are conflicting
15. The family with no question in mind. Fathers asked that many mentions and Jesus charged his disciples before his
preliminary investigation shows about the cause of this fire.
Confession just echoed the father. Then, as the funeral home play whispered,
investigation, but all indications are pointing to an accidental cause. Most likely.
Paris Vice President Nguyen Cao Kia Sapienam said yesterday that the Saigon regime was
an accidental fire.
Well, the whole private talks now with North Vietnam. Key, who is a political coordinator of South Vietnam's delegation to the peace talks, they said that the Saigon had already made many concessions to the other side, and I'm ready to make more concessions in my field if we are such to reach some result. The Vice President spoke to reporters in the lobby of his residence in suburban Nephi after an hour-long conference with Ambassador Henry Cavanaugh to the head of the United States delegation in the Paris conference. He also talked briefly with Senator John G. Tower, Republican, Texas, and member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, who was on the way home from a visit in West Germany. Stressing that he had arranged with President Nguyen then flew over the Saigon government. The Vice President sounded if he were personally waited to get involved in confidential contacts with Hanoi. In reference to the communist regime in Hanoi, the Vice President, who originally came from North Vietnam, remarked, I'm willing to talk with any people who want to talk privately with me. Kay had said it after a meeting with a lodge a week ago that is prepared to conduct private talks with the outside. However, he would say that at the time, wherever he meant Hanoi or the National Liberation Front of the South Vietnam and the political branch of the Vietcong guerrillas. A day later, Canada's delegation here harshly buffed Keith Filler for private talks handling the Saigon regime as an administration of traitors to the fatherland and the people. A third meeting in a four-way talks on scheduled Thursday. The second meeting last Thursday brought what a spokesman for the U.S. delegation criticized as done no progress and an awful lot of propaganda. Participants in the negotiations believe that a number of series of secret talks outside the formal comment sessions will be necessary to achieve a breakthrough. Iraq and Jordan will saying in waves of Israeli planes and helicopters attacked Arab troops 4 times yesterday in northern Jordan. Both reported their anti-aircraft gunners down 2 of the Daesh bombers. In the Israeli-occupied Gaza, a hand grenade exploded in Palestine Square, killing 2 boys and wounding 8 persons moments after Israel Defense Minister Moshe Dayan had completed a 90-minute tour of that city. In Atlanta, Ralph Emerson McGill, who began as sports writer and ended as a voice of reason and freedom in his beloved South, died last night of a heart attack. He was 70 years old. McGill, publisher and free front page columnist in the Atlanta Constitution, won the Pulitzer Prize in 1958 for his editorial denouncing the Ku Klux Klan violence and opposition to racial equality in the South. McGill would have been 71 on Wednesday, was stricken by a heart attack at a private dinner at home of John B. Lawhorn, a friend in Atlanta. He was taken to Holy Family Hospital and was pronounced dead and unraveled there. McGill fought segregation in his front page column and his syndicated column, even in his last column published in his newspaper's morning office edition yesterday. Australian system of education for generations has been in spinelessly and just has been a disease that weakened all education, white and black. It has sacrificed generations of all children, white and black, to the instruction of its inferior quality, said McGill in the column.
For me, it's also because I'm Vietnamese and I understand.
In Midhurst, England, in a placid village far from the Mississippi Conklin Councils, he cheered as a Frankenstein monster. Boris Karloff, dad has really lived quite in the deed. He was 81 years old. There, his death Sunday of a respiratory ailment brought in chill he suffered in New York ended a half-century career of frightening the daylights out of movie audiences and with less grease paint and costume and reading children's stories and poems in a soft and almost lisping voice. He loved children. Nothing pleased him more than letters he received from youngsters expressing compassion for him as the king of the screen monster. He died in King Edward VII Hospital, which he entered last November.
Absolutely, we haven't heard this much from Chris Christie for weeks.
Miami, Florida. 4 Cubans hijacked the Newark to Miami jetliner with 93 persons aboard Havana yesterday. The 12th hijacking this year, and a few hours later, a young New York student and his girlfriend were bluffed out of a hijacking of a big New York to Miami jet. The 4 Cubans were involved from the passenger list as 3 members of the W. Hernandez family, a man, wife, and a daughter about 16, and another man, Jay Bobbin. The 2 men forced their way into the cockpit of the Eastern Airlines Flight 7 held by stewardess Margaret Bolton failed to hostage at the point of a 7-inch steak knife. Miss Bolton said on arrival in Miami later yesterday that the 2 Cuban men overpowered her. Nankali separated the first class from tourist passengers' wife and child set 2 wheels back to the tourist. The New York student charged with trying to hijack National Airlines Flight 11 was about as Barclay Paparo, about 20 and a student at Judges Community College in Poughkeepsie, New York.
It was last September when top Christie aides ordered important action.
Southern California. Famed for its traffic jams and lack of parking space, even share the roadways with aircraft. However, Santa Monica borders don't see picture about a plane. A private one, the plane on an airport exit red is a sinking and tied around spot. Okay, let's take a look at the market at the noon hour here. Dow Jones Stock Industrial Average closed at 3044.56, up 65. New York Stock Index closed 58.30, down 8 cents. Standard & Poor's indexes closed at 102.89. Composite down 13 cents.
And also just this past Friday, a lawyer for the governor's former point man who oversaw the lane shutdown said evidence exists that Christie did have knowledge of the closures.
And New York Stock Exchange Industrials closed 60.60, down 10 cents. Transportation 57.97, up 16 cents. Utilities 45.61, down 3 cents. Finance 76.89, down 18 cents on the index. 48.30, down 8 cents. Dow Jones Stock Industrial Average closed 94.685 for 30 industrials, up 80 cents. 20 rails 26.27, up $1.39 for 20 rails. 15 utilities 139.63, down 32 cents for 15 utilities and 365 stocks. 344.56 closed up 65 cents. Transaction of stocks used the averages yesterday. Industrials 1.018.70 million. Rails 122,500. Utilities 168,600 and total 1.309.8 million. Heck of a loss of 7 cents to the average price of the New York Stock Exchange share.
Worcester campus. Now the hospital believes this is just an isolated incident.
New Eyes, Aetna Life Insurance, American Sugar, Beverly Seal, Boston Main Railroad.
Still, state health officials on the CDC.
What stocks did today? Advances 669, previous day 686. Decline 693, previous day 628, unchanged 224, previous day 251. Total issues 1586, previous day 1565. New highs today 39, previous day 43. New lows 19, previous day 21.
Too late. It almost did, but a heartwarming flood of
Sales at approximately final total is 12.510 million and approximately final day total. Previous day 12 million or 26,350. Week ago 11,025,470. Month ago 12,724,850. Year ago 8,091,020. 2 years ago 10,046,030. Trading first to date revised 279,216,843. 1968 to date 292,520,700 and 1967 to date 250,526,190.
the Red Cross thanks to the pint-sized mascot.
And Roy Elite will have the weather after this commercial break here on Pulse News.
Storm, ready or not, and there's another one coming, but this one is going to be a little bit different than the last 2 big storms we saw in the month of January. Those were blizzards. The snow was very light and fluffy and it was blowing around. This is going to be a wetter snow. It's not going to be as cold. There's going to be some
Why pay for stamps?
rain on Cape Cod.
Florida Fuel Oil Company, #1 top quality fuel oil. Per gallon, 17 and 9 cents plus tax. Call now at 527-6666.
We do have winter storm warnings in effect starting tonight through Wednesday.
Deep sea scallops, half a dozen, and only $1.25 with 2 vegetables, rolls of coffee, served all day.
Until around
11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Ample free parking at our huge lot at Bell Market 1001 First Avenue North.
tense part of the snow when you can see
Okay, weather now, and here now is Roy Lee.
the morning hours.
K-Ray Roy. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Muffet, and good afternoon, everybody. Our current conditions at noontime reports, it is
Early this morning.
48 degrees temperature out in Tampa, 48 out in St.
Sunshine. Enjoy.
Petersburg.
More high clouds coming in the rest of the afternoon.
It is 48 out in Clearwater, 48 out in Sarasota, 54 out in Myers, Florida, 48 in Lakeland, 50 from Gainesville, Illinois, Caledon, Orlando, Denver.
Out to the Midwest, you can see our storm taking shape. Look
Sanford,
right here.
60 out in Key West, 62 in Miami, 62 in Fort Lauderdale, 60 from
And a lot of
West Palm Beach and in
together here throughout.
Titusville and in Melbourne. It's 48 out in Daytona Beach, 49 in St. Augustine, 49 in Jacksonville, 47 out in Tallahassee, 49 in Pensacola and Panama City, Florida. Here.
And as this low gets closer to us early in the afternoon, it may introduce some warmer air, especially
Weather odds by the nation today shows
as this kind of works out.
rainy conditions from the
Forecast is figuring out where that rain is
eastern Pennsylvania stretch down from New York City and then up into New England, while snow showers from eastern Ohio down from western Pennsylvania and up into upstate New York and northern New England and up into Quebec here.
as we
Rainy conditions in the western Pacific Northwest coastline with some showers. Rainy conditions in eastern Washington, Oregon and southeastern British Columbia and snow showers in southeastern British Columbia, while colder conditions in much of the
morning long straight through 11 o'clock this
Great Lakes and warmer conditions in mid-plains there.
pretty good.
So our forecast for
Snow, even down on the
the central Florida, including the Tampa area, go like this. Generally fair today for Wednesday, clear with low mainly in the 40s, high in the 60s. Northerly winds about 25 miles per hour, becoming enough
back in
easily by Wednesday. Small craft warnings in effect.
toward the Cape, so you may flip back to snow
And
in the evening when all is said and done.
high tide for
Snow, Worcester,
St. Petersburg about 4 p.m. and low tide about 9 p.m.
westward, right around the city, up toward Cape Ann, and just south of
Cape C to Tarpon Springs, small craft warnings in effect. And northerly winds about 25, not to mention some in becoming
the South Shore.
northwest on Wednesday in Tarpon Springs, Agriculture. Small craft warnings in effect. Northerly winds at 25 knots. Mention some and becoming northerly Wednesday in Port Carey. Seawater temperature at Egmont Key,
Looking quiet, but could there be another storm later in the week?
61 degrees. Air.
They're indicating a pretty potent storm out in the ocean. The question right now is how close to the coastline it tracks.
Although the late January warm wave trying to make up for its last month ran up with an average of 61.3 degrees, less than St. Petersburg's average of 63.3 for January. It was the 5th straight month of below normal readings, with November and December both well under average warmth, reflected in this flat inland degree. They counteract figures are combined by the Florida Power Corporation compared to the research department from River Bureau readings the degree days of unit of mean daily outdoor temperatures represent 1 degree of difference between 65 degrees. It was used by a heating industry to reckon fuel consumption over a 10-year period. St. Petersburg winters have averaged about 470 degrees days. And that's the bit of the weather. I'm Riley. Take it away. Back to you, Al. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Lee.
Relocated to another facility until Google gets its proper paperwork. Mayor team has a very ambitious plan for our prom date this year.
Up next, the celebrity will keep it light on his arm. We'll tell you about that first.
Okay.
Still up by more than 86 points. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Are you really still waiting to update your bath or shower? Hi, I'm Jennifer Bilo from Bay State Rebath. There's never been a better time to make your bathroom safe and beautiful again. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with some very...
Gene Phillips will have the women's segment right now. Take it away, Gene.
6,
How about 3?
6, 4,
Okay, thank you very much.
6.
Al and Roy.
Let's try something new.
Okay, Mrs. Tucker, your dentures will be ready this Friday. You can do that? We do that.
No way.
Yes, way.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth, like on-site dental labs for dentures in days, not weeks. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
There are times you ask yourself, how did I get here? Here, slinking through your own rose bushes,
And
just living in moderation.
this is an article in the St. Petersburg Times.
20% off your entire...
Can you pass the sleeping bag test? I titled the Great Sleeping Bag Test. My most unforgettable episode in child raising was the time I helped shepherd in kindergarten class to the zoo. The time class and I were stained with candy, pop, grass, mud, blood, and tears. The last two from the little girl who scraped elbow who used my skirt for a crying towel. That was the same day compared with a great sleeping bag test which will tell may have given me pneumonia, frostbite, and 3 kinds of coughs. You have a Boy Scout in your home? Perhaps you've been subjected by one of these tests below freeze weather. I hope not. It's on when child came home from the scout. Meaning and announced that upcoming weekend he's going on a snowbird. Is it a plane, train, bus? I asked. I'm on a trip when it was snowing. He said, everyone knows that I have a test my sleeping bag by sleeping in the backyard tonight. There's a fire on the backyard of Kevin in place for cats and the nocturnal rituals resembles a swamp.
New styles and new
Name is all we have. Under that list, they may report us to the Humane Society and they see a child in January all night in the yard. Husbands that just put in a mattress on the back porch 3 by 5 feet, put the sleeping bag on that. They handed the test the bag and when you try to warm it up, I've checked on frozen child. It doesn't work in the test. Child gets ammonia in his own premises instead of at camp. Skip the back porch, I said. Mattress or no, cats would crawl in. Child is adamant about I have opened all the windows in the house and when we turn the furnace off, it would be just as cold as outside. At concession and his agent parents and then open all the windows and when it appeared around 3 a.m. and there was colder outside I secretly turned the furnace and stood in front of the heat outlet and I stopped shivering like an air hammer. In the morning, child faced his parents. Shovel stage revealed with it works. He really didn't need that test number 1 in the bag previously. Had been certified good for 20 below. Number 2, the bag inside was good for 0, and number 3, the thermal blanket inside was good for lower 40s. In addition, child had thermal under. You didn't conduct the sleeping bag test. He said, "You just invented the world's largest toaster."
Malaysia says he is a good dancer, just like Ellen is a good dancer. The whole town helped to make his video. Classmates, teachers, local businesses, the police, and even fire departments all urging Ellen to say yes. But so far, no answer. But that's just so far.
I think her people are going to call his people, and we're going to hook it all up there. Before we leave today, I want to share some exciting news with you before we end the show. I am thrilled to announce developing a brand new show for WCVT here, and it is my new company, Lucky Gal Productions. That's
Cooking. What's cooking? When you looked over the ingredients of this hot curried chicken salad I just came across, you'll be reminded that wonderful and familiar favorite, chicken cashew casserole. However, some advanced cooking added a touch of curry, mayonnaise, and other crunchy kind of topping in a whole dish and hot salad. The Easter cereal as a topping for the salad reminds one of the chow mein noodles used with a chicken cashew.
sounds like, so very exciting.
Because when you eat, I think you'll like the change of the curry powder. Bring to the dish your most elegant Bridge Club luncheon group with like items serving in a dish hot and cool crisp lettuce. I also served it by just dishing it up on the luncheon plate. Best of all, fat all individual rankings if you have any available then contain the salad and help the plate look much neater. Hot curried chicken salad need 3 cups of diced cooked chicken, 2 cups of celery, 1 teaspoon of curry powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 6 teaspoons of pepper, half a cup of silver almonds, 1 1/4 cups of mayonnaise, 1 cup of Rice Krispie cereal, 1 tablespoon butter, melted, combined chicken, celery, curry powder, salt, pepper, almonds, and mayonnaise. Put chicken mixture into the 6 individual ramekins. Toss Rice Krispies with melted butter until well coated. Sprinkle them in a chicken mixture. Bake at 325 degrees about 30 minutes until fairly heated. Garnish with parsley. Make 6 servings.
Have a good one.
And that is going to be it for the Pulse 13 News, the noon report for this February 4th, 1969. I'm Al Martin, alongside Really Late Band.
Guide to retirement living at Brooksby Village or Linden Pond.
Gene Phillips and I give a good day, and Pulse will be back at 5:30. Coming in next time, Channel 13 will be Search for Tomorrow. See you at 5 here. Have a good afternoon. See you tomorrow. Professional Salty Soul Fleshman heads the way with the largest and finest sports team in Florida television history. That's Salty and Andy Hardy on the Pulse News at 5:30 on Channel 13 WTVT Tampa-St. Petersburg.